Following program or offended, please exercise caution. Because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children. And not for coworkers either. And yes, that includes you, Cindy. And everyone hates the smell of your cocoa chai latte with mint leaves.
Good morning and welcome back to the show, everybody. It's Thursday, May 18th.
Calm down, dude.
This is the best way to start the day, Deacon. The best way to start the day is to get a cup of coffee, sit down with you and me or your two dads out there and talk about the news and the end of the world. It's going to be great. We're going to love it. Have a sip.
The best way for me to start my day is to be sleeping right now.
Well, okay.
Napping is my favorite pastime. It's funny that when you get older, some of the things that you hated as a kid become things that you really like as you're older, like naps and spankings.
Wow.
Come on, that was a joke. Come on.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of too deep of an insight into your personal life, Deacon. That's what I think that was. Hey, my brother's here early. Look at this. Good morning and happy birthday.
It's your birthday. That's right. I forgot. I've been talking to you for 20 minutes and I completely forgot it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
I am one of the people that will be like completely let you forget it's my birthday. Might never mention it.
I'm that way too. I'm not a big, my birthday is just another freaking day. The only thing I want on my birthday is just what I want to eat. I don't want to settle for what everybody else wants to eat. I want to have what I want to eat on my birthday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And what's your favorite thing to have?
My favorite meal, for my birthday, Ashley fixes it for me every year. It is cube. You know what cubed steak is? Flank steak?
No idea.
Minute steak, flank steak, cube steak. It's a piece of meat that is it's very tenderized.
Okay.
Like to the point of you can rip it apart almost till it's tenderized.
Okay.
And then we bread it and cook it. It's like a southern fried, real tenderized steak that's just beat the hell out of. It's really it's a flank. It's
I'm thinking of Salisbury steak, but didn't they have like a chicken fried steak or in there?
Yeah, it's not like that. No, it's not like that. That white beans, potatoes, cornbread, and corn.
That's carbs, buddy. You can't have that many carbs.
I can't anymore, but I'm telling you my favorite meal. I'm telling you my favorite meal. So yeah.
It hasn't even occurred to me like what we'll be eating today. I don't know. Today's my birthday, and for my birthday, my wife is taking me to South Padre Island. Even though I don't want to get on a plane, it's fun. It's gonna be great. We're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna leave our two little kids with my mother-in-law
at home by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So the mother-in-law's got the babies, and y'all are going on South Padre Island. Nice.
We have never done this. We have never left the kids.
Have you been?
Yeah. I mean, I know how this is going to go.
Yeah. You know how it's going to go. you will be okay. She will not.
Yeah. I know. Exactly how this is going to go.
You as a father, you as the dad, now have to take up the role of, even though you miss and you're worried too, you have to be they're okay.
Yeah.
Just call them.
For stuff like this, I think I have like a switch in my head. Like I will miss my kids, but there's a switch in my head that I can be like
a dad thing.
Off.
It's a dad thing.
You know what else my wife doesn't understand is the nothing box. Have you ever been sitting somewhere and your wife come and ask you, hey, what are you thinking about? And you just honestly like, nothing.
I'm thinking about nothing. Yeah, nothing. I do that all. Yeah,
right here thinking about not one thing. And she's like, I don't understand that. And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't really thought about what you
haven't really thought about that. Yeah, I do that too.
Good morning. Welcome to the end of the world, everybody. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. Deacon, tell me about some music.
Ooh, you want some music today for your birthday? I got you the ultimate metal song for your birthday today. All right. This week, folks, let me just, if folks are just now tuning in, every day about this time in the show, we add a song to Deacon's Deke's playlist. You can go to our Discord server and get all the songs off Deke's playlist and listen to them there. We were putting them on Spotify and making this playlist on Spotify, but I'm not Spotify savvy, and Mr. E was doing it, but he was doing it out of the kindness of his heart, and I don't want to make him do it. So
right, and Mr. E comes and goes. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not.
And it was cool that he was doing that. So I've got all the links to the YouTube, and you can go to our page and check it out. But I may make a Spotify playlist. But we've been going through. I started going through drummers and bass players and guitarists and vocalists and stuff, and not necessarily the best because everybody's different. But I was naming unique and underappreciated and underrated drummers and bassists and guitarists and vocalists. So a very he's not really underrated by any means, but he's got a very unique voice. Is Rob Halford. Rob Halford is the lead singer of Judas Priest, and Rob Halford is the voice of metal music. Like, this song, Painkiller, is the definition of a metal song. All right, period. If you don't like Painkiller by Judas Priest, you don't like metal music. It's not your type of music. This is it. It's seriously. And Rob Halford hates his voice. So and now that he's a lot older, he's got a much lower voice, and he can't hit some of these high pitched screams that he does. These
right.
Like, I can't even get that high.
The screechy high, like
listen to this freak. Just listen to this song, and he does it. Yeah. Oh man, and this song is just. Me and Alex were listening last night, and I asked him. I was like, "Dude, I'm doing voices this week. What should I do?" And he was like, "I got you one." And he played this one. I was like, "Oh, Painkiller, dude. This is great. This is perfect." So most of my choices this week I've asked my son Alex, and he's given me. He's like, "What about this voice? And what about this person? And what about this person?" So there you go. Painkiller by Judas Priest. It's the ultimate metal song, and Rob Halford's got the ultimate definition of metal voice, and it's very unique.
It won't be too long before we can have AI. We can already have AI replicate voices, but there won't be too long before we can have AI take Judas Priest's voice plus yesterday Shannon Hoon and take all of you. Every week you can have your 5 favorite people or whatever like in the same song and then make a new song right there.
I've actually thought about subscribing to that vocal AI. And
11 Labs. That's 11 Labs.
Yeah, and okay, I need to write that down because I was going to look that up.
You just ask me later. I'll tell you.
And what I was going to do with it is use it for my radio station.
You can. I mean, you really can.
Oh, I know. And I thought this through last night. I did a lot of driving yesterday, and I was thinking about this the whole time, and I was like,
so
God.
There are
I came up with like 2 brilliant ideas to use. I'm like, oh my God.
Have you even been over there? There's like 4 or 5 like standard voices, and then if you subscribe, you can make your own custom voices. Basically, take samples of audio, whoever you want.
That's what I'm going to
put it in there.
I'm going to get the radio station to pay for it for me. Because I'm going to use it as a. I'm going to use it.
Dude, don't put yourself out of business though. Don't do that.
No, I'm not going to put myself out of business, but it's coming anyway. I might as well hook onto it. And I'm the only one at this freaking radio station. I have people that go, "You're there all the time." I hear you at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. and I have to tell them the 6 p.m. I'm not really there. And I've told them, I was like, "You need to tell you a tip to tell. Here's a tip to tell if me personally, if I'm live or if I'm not. Radio DJs have what we call crutches, okay? And crutches are things that help you, okay? While you're talking, you also have to be doing something else and trying to think about something else while I'm talking and making a coherent sentence. So you have to you have to rub.
Yeah.
You have to do that. So and I'm not very good at it. All right. I lose my train of thought all the time. But in radio, you have to do that. And what was I getting at? What were we talking about? See, I lost my train of
crutches.
thought. Yes,
Crunches.
crutches. Crutches are little things that radio DJs say all the time. It's brainless things that just come out of your mouth and say, because we say
Yes.
the same things all the time anyway. And one of my crutches is every time I turn on the microphone, within the first little bit, I'm going to say it's 6:40 and 68 outside right now,
It
because
gives you 2.5 seconds.
for 30 years. Yeah, but for 30 years in radio, for about 27 of them, I've worked mornings. I've worked morning radio my whole life.
Right.
So giving the time and the temperature is something that I always have to do. And it's before cell phones, I had to give it all the time.
Right.
So it's just a crutch. So I've told people that's how you tell if I'm live on the radio. That's how you tell if you're live. Sometimes they'll give the time and temperature. If they don't, I'm not live. So yeah, I mean, we need to embrace AI. AI is taking over, and hence our main story. When I saw this story today, I thought, oh my God, JJ is going to love this. I didn't even know he was going to make
Repent! The end is nigh! Seek sanctuary. I saw, I was like trying to plan a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, oh, tran that. Oh my God, robots. Yes.
Oh my Lord. Deacon posted a robot story. Have you seen?
Yes.
Let me see here. Hang on. Let me bring this up.
I got it. I got it ready to go.
Have you got the video?
Yeah, I got it.
You got the video ready to go?
Yeah,
I got the video ready to go.
Here, let me do the video straight up.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm so excited. I have some comments about this thing. It's got hands. It's got chest. It's about the size of a human. Oh, it's kind of stuttery. What's up, stuttery? That's not good. Come on, video.
That's you, yo.
I know. Playing videos on YouTube is so hard. For real, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so now it goes. For real. Look at that. It's got some dexterity movement. Unless it's all fake. Let's stop it right. Oh, let me go back. It's 5'7", 155 pounds. It can carry 55 pounds right now. But this is the 6th generation. Sanctuary. Learn more at sanctuary.ai. So some people thought it was a good idea to put AI in a robot.
This is what I don't think that we've kind of, or that I've missed, that we haven't really laid down, is the fact that this isn't just a robot that can do all that funky stuff that we saw from Boston Labs or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
This is an AI robot. This is like your butler or T1000.
Yeah, this is probably like the T100.
This is the T. This is the T. You said this is the 6th one. This is the T6.
This thing's grandchild, that like 3 generations from now, it's going to be like carrying weapons and guarding the police crosswalk, and then right after that, it's going to be used against us. So, Sanctuary AI's new humanoid robot stands 5'7". It's 5 inches taller than my wife, and can lift 55 pounds. I mean, guys, this is going exactly one way. This is there is an inevitable end to this path. But whatever, bring it on. Let's start the war while they're still dumb. That's what I think. The Vancouver, British Columbia firm just unveiled Phoenix, its own stab at the form factor, a bipedal robot not dissimilar from humans. It plans to augment or replace, depending on who you ask. The system is capable of lifting payloads of 55 pounds and traveling at 3 miles an hour, which 3 miles an hour, that's like a pretty brisk clip, isn't it? How fast is 3 miles an hour to walk?
I don't know. I'm a slug, dude.
Why didn't they put friggin' robot wheels on this thing's feet so it could move around? You guys are not thinking
too. Guns in its fingers.
It should have legs, and on the bottom of the legs, it should have tires so it can walk. Or
what if? Yeah, what if you had the tires on the legs, and then if it wanted to, it could basically like change or transform into a motorcycle,
right,
or a car,
right. You could have like the middle section of it have like the place for weapons, or it could transform the middle section of it out, and it could just like fall out, and it could be kind of like a sassy bitchy robot. Back in March, the firm announced that it had deployed.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I think are we there? We're already there. I think we got the point out of this. I am. You know, a lot of people are whenever they come up to issues, they're like, "Oh, you have to push back, push back, push back." That's not how you win arguments. The way you win arguments is you take whatever they're doing and you say yes, more of it, because and until everybody else is like, "No, this is bad." Yeah, embrace and amplify. So let's. It's already capable of holding guns, I bet. So we're not that far. We can stop these things. We can win. All right. But it's not just Deacon. It's not just robots that are the end of the world.
Oh, what else? What else is the end of the world?
Oh my gosh. He posted this too. And I was like, man, this is great.
Pulling up.
You remember going to New York City? It was great. And I'm sure you've heard all kinds of news about how wonderful New York City is right now. And it's just the kind of place you want to be.
I have nothing but memories from New York City. I wish we would have been able to stay longer because there's certain things that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see certain things, and we wasted time seeing other bull crap that I didn't want to see, but we did it for other people because it's not about me. I'm not the main character, and I understand. But me and you didn't get to see a couple of things we wanted to see. We wanted to see the Ghostbusters Firehouse, and we wanted to see the New York Public Library. Those were the only two things I wanted to see. I didn't want to see the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, or any of that.
Ghostbusters Firehouse was way down, like way down there. I was like,
way down there. We were like, we don't have enough time. But yes, I remember New York City. Yes, I have nothing but memories, positive and negative.
One day, your memories will be all that's left of New York City, Deacon.
Yeah, well, how come?
Shit's going down.
Oh,
New York City is sinking under the weight of its buildings. Geologists warns. Oh no!
I saw this story and I was like, "What?" And I was like, first of all, it's on the New York Post, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
you always take everything from the New York Post with one grain of salt. But
here's the thing. Here's my thing about New York Post. Do they write crazy shit? Yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're the only ones willing to write stuff
that's exactly right.
Hunter Biden's laptop. The entire rest of the world lied about that for 2 years, tried to pretend it wasn't real. And New York Post was like,
only ones.
We told y'all. So,
now that you say this, the buildings are sinking, and they're getting, New York is sinking into the water. I do remember walking around and splashing in some water, but that very well could have been urine that we were just splashing around in.
It might have been
New York City sidewalks.
It's very, very likely.
Very likely it was just urine.
Almost certainly you stepped in some urine. Remember that fat lady that was naked? That old lady that was naked? I don't think you remember, but I remember. Oh, you do remember? Because I was like, what the fuck did I just see?
You tried to point her out to me, and I just played
Deke, look at
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I don't want to see this. I don't want that memory. It may not be significant. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say, it says that it's sinking 2 to 3 centimeters a year.
Oh, it's gonna take a long time.
1 to 2
millimeters a year.
Oh, millimeters, 1 to 2 millimeters per year.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, New York is constantly always building on top of each other, and the weight is always getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
What happens when? What happens? I honestly, if New York were to sink to the ground, I got one friend that lives in New York that I'd be sad.
Yeah. The only thing I can imagine right now,
video game buddy, solid night.
The only thing I can imagine right now is the water rising a little bit, and then the entire city just starting to turn and sink a little bit, and then just whoosh, getting flushed.
Or it could be like, do you remember Waterworld with Kevin Costner?
Oh my gosh. What a movie. That was the most expensive movie in history at the time that it came out.
Yeah. And it
And
flopped. It was a huge flop.
Well, I mean, I watched it a bunch of
Yeah,
times.
I
I thought
did
it was
too. I
great.
liked it. I liked it too. All
I
right.
thought it was great. Okay. Speaking of New York City, a judge has just blocked. Did you know that I don't know if you know this or not, Deacon. Some of the states are being a little bit inundated with asylum seekers that are coming into the country with or without paperwork or permission.
Right.
And some of those states are putting those asylum seekers on buses and shipping them to declared avowed sanctuary cities, because while it is not permissible for illegal immigration into Texas, and we are okay with it, that's against the law. There are some places in the country where that is declared a sanctuary. Where illegal immigrants can be sanctuary.
Like Martha's Vineyard. Is that one?
I think maybe that they were declared a sanctuary city for like
way away
yeah, I
from
know.
the border.
What it's almost like they can say they're a sanctuary city, but they don't really think they have to do anything about it.
So basically, what you're saying is you're saying that the media is lying to me when they say that, like, all you racist, hateful hate mongers in Texas don't want immigration, and y'all are just shipping people out, and Florida is just shipping people out because they're doing it as a political tactic. What you're saying is that that's all wrong, that you're saying these states are inundated with with this problem, and so they are letting these cities have said we will do this, so they are sending them to them. That's what you're saying.
I mean,
I'm just trying to
if memory serves, DeSantis last year, he sent like 50 migrants to Martha's Vineyard, and they had a conniption fit about it, and we can't handle it. It's 50 people.
No, that's wrong. They didn't have a conniption fit at first.
Oh, right.
At first they had photo ops, and they had to make a fuck you Trump, fuck you DeSantis out of this.
Yeah.
And then what you didn't see was that they shipped their asses out of there just as quick as they could. When the cameras,
the National Guard,
when CNN fucking sent their van home, find out what happened to those see if those people are still living in Martha's Vineyard up there, or Nantucket, or wherever the hell they were sent to.
So Texas and Florida and I think Arizona have been busing migrants out of the border into other places, because there are so many people at the border and so many people in the area. It's unsustainable. In April, last month alone, 200,000 people crossed into the United States of America. Okay, 200,000. And
y'all don't have services for all those influx of people?
No, it's an entire city. Just the whole city just plops into the Texas
city. That is 7 times bigger than my town. Right. 7 times more people than my hometown.
So there's so many people in Rio Grande Valley and the border crossing areas that we have to bus them. And, we send, how many people fit on a bus? 50, 100, maybe, right? So even if we send tons of buses, it's not like it's that many people. It's a couple thousand, whatever. So now we've been doing this for like a year, so we're able to stack that up a little bit. But even still, the number of migrants that are being moved into sanctuary cities is a fractional margin of the people that are in El Paso under bridges, right? So a judge has just blocked New York City's Mayor Adams from busing migrants upstate. The city estimates it has to accommodate more than 65,000 migrants so far. So in the last year of doing this, about 65,000 migrants have been relocated to New York City. And New York City's It's New York City. It's the biggest city in our entire country. Declared avowed sanctuary city. Friend to illegal immigrants. Okay, fine. Here's some. We're panicking. What do we do? What do we do? A New York judge is temporarily here. And by the way, this is on justthenews.com. So, it's actual news. Are you talking about songs?
Yeah, no.
The city sent a first batch of asylum seekers to the suburbs in early May. New York City had the audacity to take some of their sanctuaried migrants that they don't want to house and send them to the suburbs. The suburbs. You think there's more facilities in the suburbs? A move that has drawn vehement opposition from Republican leadership of upstate counties. New York Supreme Court Judge Sandra, sorry, I can't say your last name, Motino, Tuesday ordered her order did not force the removal of migrants who had already been moved to Orange County hotels, but it forbade New York City from sending any additional migrants. Orange County Executive Stephen, what's up with you people with these unpronounceable names? Newhouse?
Smith. No one cares.
And the County Department of Social Services Commissioner Darcy Miller had brought the case. Quote, the city is a self-proclaimed sanctuary city. Orange County is not, Newhouse said after the ruling. We should not have to bear the burden of the immigration crisis that the federal government and Mayor Adams created, and I will continue to fight for Orange County's residents in regard to this important matter. So, I mean, like, it's like so great. And you guys are talking about music. Okay. All right. So that's New York. I got a story that's a little closer to home for me.
I was reading the comments and stuff over on Rumble. Brian Perkins says when we was talking about the New York story, he made a good point. He said the libs will tell you that the oceans are rising, not the buildings are pushing the land.
Oh my God, the water's rising. Build higher buildings. Build higher buildings.
Keep building, then we got to get up. Yeah, that's hilarious. All right.
Good morning, Rumble. Rumble is the best place to watch videos, Deacon. I don't know if you know that, but Rumble.com.
I kept checking the front page, and we're not on the front page.
Oh, we're not on the front page.
Sad. Yeah.
You know, up until like 10 seconds ago, Rumble was the best place to watch videos, but right now, I don't know. Oh, no, we're on the front page.
Oh, there we are now. Nice.
We're look at us, Deacon. We're amazing. We got this 6:30 in the morning slot locked up, bro.
Too much.
Okay. I've had too much coffee already.
You have had too much coffee this morning.
I love it.
All right. Let's get to something else.
Let's talk about Houston. I got this story here. A censured Houston Democrat pushes back after siding with GOP child gender modification ban. She said she was assured that this position is rooted in sound policy, which supports the health, development, and overall well-being of minors. A Houston Democrat is pushing it back against members of her own party who voted to censure her after she voted to protect and care for children in two key bills passed in the Texas House. State Rep Sean Thierry, a Democrat in Houston, was among the Democrats who voted with Republicans to pass bills banning child gender modification procedures, Senate Bill 14, and banning sexually explicit books from being in public school libraries and classrooms, House Bill 900. So she is against child mutilation and genderqueer gay sex instruction manuals being in public schools.
So you're saying she's a bigot, is what you're saying?
Yeah. For the left, she has committed heresy, so they censured her. You're not allowed. But guys, Republicans are bad. Republicans are bad. Yeah, Republicans are bad. But Democrats are evil and crazy. And if you don't toe the line, if you dissent in your opinion of what is right and wrong, if you violate their holy sanctum, their religious tenets, they will turn on you and eat you.
We will consume your souls.
In response, the Democrats in the Meyerland area of Houston censured her on Tuesday. The group said in a statement that her votes demonstrated a lack of consideration for the best interests of our community and undermining the values we hold dear.
The only thing these people want to do anymore is to not get bitched out on the internet and social media, and not get publicly shamed. So they just go with what will not get them publicly shamed. And that's what it comes down to. And this woman that stands up, look what they're trying to do to her. This woman that actually has a different opinion, look what they're trying to do to her.
Okay, so the representative is Sean Theory, a Democrat in Houston. Okay, she's not my representative, and she's not of my party, but she says this, and I'm gonna and I have something to say after it. She said, as a woman of color, I know what it's like to feel unseen, unheard, and devalued. I have recently been treated that way by some in this process, and it's coming to this vote. That is not what children experiencing gender dysphoria should have to go through. And I believe that this debate should never and was never about erasing trans children. For me, this discussion is about how to best protect and care for these children. I mean,
I'm so sick of hearing that shit, man. Go ahead.
I just want to say, like, if she voted against this because she cares about children, then even if she's in another party, even if she's generally a political opponent, I want to say I am grateful that you followed your conscience and voted against that evil shit and voted to protect kids and voted to prevent child mutilation. I am grateful. I am thankful for you having the clarity of conscience and the courage to do that, to dissent from your party masters and be your own person. So thank you. I mean, I feel like I have a little bit of like nuance about the thing. Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe I'm.
No, you do. Not. Yeah. And I agree. I'm glad that she stood up. I just didn't like that one part of the sentence that. The fucking excuse that everybody uses all the time.
Yeah, I know. There's no the cure for gender dysphoria is puberty. Let your kids go through fucking puberty. Stop trying to gender block them and sterilize your children, you dumb fuck.
Throughout the course of human history, I would be willing to say that every single human that's ever lived,
you're right,
has went through crazy whatever thoughts when you're a child. But you know what? Once you hit 45 and 46-year-old, how old are you today, JJ?
45.
Hang on.
It's like the greatest.
Yeah, you forget about that crap.
All right, we got another one here. Ron DeSantis. He's 12 days before he can declare running for president, but he has already working on his publicity for the country here to get his profile up even higher. Ron DeSantis has just signed a bill to ban gender treatments for minors. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Wednesday signed into law a statewide ban on gender-related treatment for minors. Quote, you have a movement amongst, I would say, rogue elements of the medical establishment to do things that is basically the mutilation of minors, the governor said, according to Newsmax. You have actually some states in this country that want to be a haven for these types of procedures and even welcome minors without their parents' consent. We're obviously doing the opposite here. So Ron DeSantis there is alluding to the Colorado. I think Colorado is the state that is permits gender transition surgeries even without parental consent. And I could be mistaken here. And then I think Washington protects trans children without informing the parents. So if your child up and runs away and goes to Washington, then the police are like, "Oh, we found your kid." Well, you're like, "Where's my kid?"
Trans people are moving to Washington. Seriously.
Sorry, Washington. But
seriously.
Go ahead.
Seriously. I know this for a fact. I know a trans person that moved across the country to go to Washington.
Really?
Go to Seattle.
Okay. All right. Well, more. Look, if the people in Washington want to support that, fine. Fine. It's your state. Whatever. I mean, I don't want kids being like now if the thing about prohibiting parents from knowing where their kids are in another state. So if you have a minor that goes to Washington State will not tell you where your kid is. I'm not okay with that. And
when does it become where these states are bucking against the system of these other states? Okay, with this like this, your child leaves Montana or leaves Idaho and goes across the border to Washington State.
Yeah.
And you're wanting to get your child back because they are a minor child.
Right.
And Washington State won't allow you to get your child. When does this escalate into states warring against other states? I mean, because
right.
That's not far-fetched.
You think a dad's not going to go across the border and get his 14-year-old daughter
Exactly.
and fuck up whoever's in his way if he has to? Yeah, some
Exactly.
dads will do that. And but
And
the
then
question
those
you're
dads will
asking,
be labeled as the fucking terrorist in the media.
right? So it's nothing is going to happen until somebody's hurt, and
Unfortunately, you're exactly right.
and that could happen a couple of ways. It could happen in the I'm going to say primitive but reasonable, in my opinion, primitive but reasonable transgression of one adult into that state to get his children out or child out. That could happen. Another way that could happen is that the kid goes to Washington or wherever and ends up getting gender affirming care that
and dying from it.
Or doesn't have to be dying, but permanently damage them, and then a lawsuit occurs, cross state lawsuit, and then it will get elevated to the Supreme Court. But nothing is going to happen until somebody is harmed in one way, because the Supreme Court won't even touch it as a hypothetical. You have to show. You have to show.
You got to prove
damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's you're exactly right. Unfortunately, that's exactly what's going to.
So nothing changes until damages, or until some people start realizing that, like, I'm sorry, trans people. Like, I honestly want you to get help. You have you have mental problem. You have a mental problem, and cutting your shit off or changing your hormones or whatever isn't going to change it. That's not going to change it. Okay.
Once they get to be an adult, if they want to do whatever they want to do with their body and to make you feel better about yourself and your mental, that whatever, that doesn't change the fact that I personally believe that you have a mental something. I'm not going to say a mental problem. I'm going to say something is misfiring. You would even admit that something is misfiring. That something is off. You
certainly
as your identity. That is all of your identity, that you admit something is off. So I'm saying something is also off in your brain if you believe that you're in the wrong body. How fucking far-fetched is it to believe that if you think something is off in your body, that something is probably off in your brain as well?
But yes. I mean, and this is not about, sometimes we try to do stuff that's a little fun and cute and funny or whatever, but
I'm this is most times.
But this is for real. The reason why you're even down this road is because you feel like you're in the wrong body. You feel like
K95.7.
Hey, I heard that. So you feel like you're in the wrong body, but changing your hormones or having surgery or getting your double mastectomy or whatever. I'm gonna turn you down, Deke. I'm gonna mute you for a second. Yeah, it's okay. So that isn't gonna change it. That might make you feel different for a moment, but that feeling is going to fade, and you're going to go back to this place of not feeling like you're in your right skin. And you don't have to take my word for it. There's people out there that are part of the detransition movement that are saying that they were basically talked into, they were programmed by TikTok, Twitter, whatever the social media is, into believing that they had some sort of dysphoria and the cure was transitioning. And afterwards, deep regret. So I'm gonna unmute you. I bet you're fixed. Okay.
What was going out? Was you hearing that music?
Yeah. I heard your.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
Yep, I hear that. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's wrong. That shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So I was spieling for a little bit there. So Ron DeSantis is signed up, and it's not just Ron DeSantis. The people of Florida, the legislature of Florida, banned child mutilation and as gender affirming care in the state of Florida. So Florida is just it's on a roll to be like one of the best states in the country, doing a lot of good things. That does not necessarily mean you get to be the president, though. All right, let's see what else. Speaking of TikTok, you kids got TikTok, Deacon. Montana has become the first state in the country to ban TikTok. Uh-oh. What was that? Montana Republican Governor Greg Giannaforte. I mean, guys, with these names. On Wednesday, signed into law legislation that forbids Chinese social media platform TikTok from operating within the state. While numerous states have moved to bar the use of app on devices, Montana's legislation is the first seeking to bar the app from operating within an entire state. This is from Just the News, but Reuters reported this. Montana lawmakers approved the plan in April, with the State House voting 54-43 to bar the app's operation. The state Senate backed it 30-20. The measure further forbids app stores from offering it for download within Montana's borders. I don't know how I feel about this. I obviously think that TikTok's not good. TikTok brainwashed people, but I'm not. I mean, well, you know what? I'd rather Montana ban it than the federal government. I don't want the federal government doing anything. Montana banning an app, I think that's fine. This is a state's issue, in my opinion. What do you guys think? I can't tell how old these chats are over there. FBI Director Chris Wray has repeatedly warned of the app's potential threat for Americans. I guess my point is that, just to tie it all up, TikTok is a substantial national security threat for the country of any kind that we didn't face in the past. So, Montana law is up for a legal challenge. We'll see what happens there. Let's see if Deacon has anything to say about TikTok. What do you think, Deacon?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Could you hear any of that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good. I turned you off completely.
So did a lot of people, I'm sure.
Do what?
I'm sure a bunch of people turned me off. I was just ranting about.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
The world is ending right now because I was given a card and a pen yesterday to sign the card for my daughter, and now we can't find the fucking 99-cent pen, and we're looking for the
get another pen.
That's what. Thank you for proving that I'm not mentally insane.
I bet there's pens on your desk.
3, 4.
All right. Hey, so Montana banned TikTok, Deacon. What do you think about that? What do you think about Montana as a state prohibiting an app from operating, which is essentially banning a company too, but whatever.
There's got to be some underlying, because there's no way you can enforce this. And basically, when you say no, you can't do something, it encourages people that didn't even want to do it in the first place to do it. So people that didn't even have TikTok in Montana, they're going to want to get it now just because you told them they fucking can't. All right. That's just human nature. All right. First of all,
I'm not sure how you enforce this, really.
Yeah, it's number 2. How do you enforce it? Number 3, there's got to be some other underlying motive for this. Like, is this to keep certain companies from distributing information to China? Is it to keep, because are you really keeping your info from China? Really? Are you really?
I mean, I honestly have heard.
While you're talking on your Samsung phone and your Apple phone, we were talking about it last night at dinner, and my phone was laying there black. And they were talking about the phones listening to you all the time, and about how sometimes I'll say something to my phone, and then I'll go to the TV. What I was saying is I'll say the name of a song and a band, and then I'll go to the TV remote and go to YouTube on the TV and start to type in the first 2 letters of what I said and see if the algorithm picks up on the obscure song from the first 2 letters. And they were like, really, blah blah blah. And some of some of the other adults were like, really, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, the phone's listening right now. My phone was over there. I was like, hey Google, what song is this? And my phone popped on. It turns on and it starts listening, and Ashley goes, it's not going to identify that song. You're too loud. We're too talking. And that song, because we were in a restaurant. And the fuck if it didn't identify that damn song.
Just because you got other sound waves layered on top of there, it can still recognize
that's exactly
the shape
right.
Of
that's the
pattern.
Smart AI on this shit now, man. And that's what I told them. I was like, so it
all right. So about TikTok in particular, I'm going to pull this up.
Your information's out there.
But did you know this? And your kids have TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I never installed TikTok, but
I got TikTok on my phone, I think.
This is a story from Takara, Tech Eris, from 2022, from August 22. TikTok is key logging users' inputs with its in-app browser. So if you're on TikTok and you are using the browser inside of TikTok to look at a website or, I don't know, go anywhere, when you type letters of a username, a password, or whatever, it is capturing that and could be transmitting that back to China.
If that's the truth, if you're using TikTok's browser with your passwords and your usernames and shit, you fucking deserve to have your fucking shit stolen because you're a fucking internet idiot.
Yeah, but a lot of times people will like be on some video or whatever, and one of them will be an ad. You push it on accident, or whatever, and it flops it up.
Your fucking fault. I'm sorry. I don't have any. If you're an internet idiot and you click on something and you send money to a fucking prince in Saudi Arabia or somewhere, that's on you, man. It's not my responsibility to police everybody's idiocracy in the fucking world.
Let me change the scenario. Not just an app running in the country, which I honestly don't know how we actually stop the service from working in Montana. I don't know how you police that or enforce that. I don't know. But what if we were to say, Deacon, I'm proposing that no country outside of the United States can own land inside the United States. If I were to say China cannot own farmland.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't like the fact that China and all these fucking places have millions of acres of fucking hectares of farmland and shit in the United States, and they send that shit. I hate that. I fucking absolutely. I mean, honestly, if I was in fucking power, that would be one of the number one guy. Like Biden, the first day Biden was in power, he shut off that goddamn oil line.
Fucked up our economy.
Like the first goddamn 15 fucking seconds he was in the goddamn power, he shut off that goddamn line and fucked the whole goddamn economy up. The first fucking thing I would do like that would be that right there, man. I'm telling you. Your fucking farmland is out of here. Go get that's the United States farmland now. I don't like that foreign ambassador bullshit that we've got in our country, the foreign embassy bullshit type stuff, where these foreign fucking ambassadors can come in our country and drive around, do whatever the fuck they want and not have any.
Come here. What did you say?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you so much.
Today's your birthday.
It is my birthday.
Today's Grandma's gonna come.
Yes, she is. But it's my birthday. That's the most important part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mommy and Daddy going on a trip.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the cutest thing in the history of cute.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
That was pretty.
Not only is today my birthday, it's our 20th anniversary. 20 years ago on my birthday, my wife and I started dating.
You are a pretty smart fella to combine those dates like that. That was ingenious. You don't have two dates to remember. You only have one date to remember.
Not intentional.
Oh, bullcrap.
but it has been very convenient.
It's a good birthday present.
Oh, see, that was a good birthday present.
All right.
My ex-wife's birthday was
Why are you naked? Okay.
My ex-wife's birthday was my dad's birthday, and my current's is my mom's birthday. So I lucked out. I didn't have any extra days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. We got a couple more stories here, but we're going to get off of the sensational stuff. This is amazing. Deacon, look at this.
All right.
4 kids found alive 2 weeks after a plane crashed in the Colombian jungle.
Crazy.
4 children, including an 11-month-old baby.
What?
Yeah. Were found alive in the Colombian jungle 2 weeks after their plane crashed and killed every adult on board.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's horrible, but it's amazing that these kids are alive. The miraculous news was shared by President Gustavo Petro following an intense search carried out by the country's military, firefighters, and civilian aviation authority officials. The doomed plane crash into the thick jungle happened on May 1st, killing the pilot and 2 other adults passengers on board. The 3 adults were found dead inside the Cessna 206. The 4 surviving children from the country's indigenous community are ages 13, 9, 4, and the infant.
Wow.
Officials believed they escaped the plane and then set out on foot to find help before they were found in the Caqueta province.
Wow.
Look at this, dude.
Dude, let me just tell you one thing that is a straight up fact about this story. Casting for these children for this movie is being made right now.
Yeah. I mean, look, it is
I would
awful.
watch.
I
am going to watch this movie when it comes out.
Wait, hold on.
You know this shit's being casted right.
Writers are on strike. Nobody can make a deal with these kids.
No, that's right. Nobody can make a deal with it. Then we need to get ChatGPT to write this movie right now.
We need to figure this out. This is a golden opportunity. If you're not in the writer,
this is a movie right here.
Their story rights. This is this is incredible that these kids survived. 11 months old, dude. 11 months old.
Crazy, man.
All right. Wow. God bless him. Okay. Last thing. I saw this on Twitter. Well, you know what? There was two on Twitter. Damn it. Representative Luna in Representative Luna in the House has filed House resolution.
Are you going back to politics now that we've
really
left politics?
This is not that much. She's filing a resolution for Schiff to be removed from, expelled from the House of Representatives. You remember Schiff? Schiff lied to us for a long time. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a House resolution for a member of Congress to be kicked out of Congress. Okay.
Well,
but that
bullshit moving pawns is all it is.
That's
moving your pawn up 2 spaces. That's all it is.
Last story. Where is it? Michael Straczynski. You know who Michael Straczynski is?
I guess so.
He's a writer. He's a TV writer, comic book writer, so and so. He's the guy who created and wrote, I think, every single episode of Babylon 5.
Okay.
Well, on Twitter, he was on Twitter and he put this message out. Since I keep getting repeat questions about the Babylon 5 movie, I've pinned the answers. 1, the movie is finished. 2, it comes out in summer 23. 3, it's fairly realistic in style. And 4, the release date, format, and trailer and how to get it will be announced mid-June. That's all I can say for now.
It's going to be announced mid-June, but it's supposed to be released in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess it's not going to get released before June.
So that means that I need to rewatch fucking Babylon 5 is what you're saying, because I haven't seen it in decades.
Yeah.
Voice cast unveiled.
Yeah. Babylon 5, The Road Home, voice cast event. This is an animated movie. It's animated, but he's saying it's animated in a realistic style. But look at this. this is the most detailed version of the of Babylon 5, which is if you never watched the story, or if you were, born in the last 30 years, Babylon 5 is a 5-mile long space station in the middle of wherever, and races from all these different, species can meet in Babylon 5. And it's a place where diplomacy happens, or treachery and murder and all kinds of other scuttlebutt. A week ago, so this was May. The story is on May 10th, but this happened about the 1st of May. A week ago, Babylon 5 creator J. Michael Straczynski revealed that a new animated film from the franchise was in the works, and now more details are coming to the surface. Babylon 5, The Road Home, will continue the story he started in the 1990s with a logline stating, "Travel across the galaxy with John Sheridan as he unexpectedly finds himself transported through multiple timelines and alternate realities in a quest to find his way back home. Along the way, he reunites with some familiar faces while discovering new revelations about the history, purpose, and meaning of the Babylon 5.
Do they have the same actors doing the voices?
Returning to Babylon 5, Bruce Boxleiter, who played Sheridan, who's basically the star for the first 4 seasons, maybe the seasons 2 through 5. I think it's 2 through 5. Claudia Christian is returning as Susan Ivanova. She left in like the 3rd season, I think, and she was one of my favorite characters on that show. Peter Jurassic as Lando Malari, and then Bill Mummy as Linier, and Elizabeth Lockley as Tallman, and and Patricia Tallman as Lyda Alexander. I think Lyda or Lita is an alien thing.
These names today, dude.
I don't know. A bunch of people are coming back, and there's some new voice actors playing characters that we don't know. Okay, but yeah, some of the cast have died. There was a character called Jakar. I'm pretty sure his character, he actually, not the character died. The actors have died. Some of the actors have died. So this is going to be interesting. And supposedly this is going to be the first in a series of animated movies. So, we haven't had anything new from Hollywood in a long time. This might be it. This might be the first new. It's not new. It's a revival, but it's a revival by the same guy who made the first one. So it's still new. All right. Anything else, guys? What do you got to say in chat? Babylon 5 was amazing. Better than any Star Trek or Star Wars. That's a controversial statement. Because there's some really good Star Wars. There's also some really, really bad.
There's a controversial statement, but look whose mouth it's coming out of. I wouldn't expect anything less.
There's some really, really good Star Trek, and there's some really, really bad Star Trek. But there's some really, really good Star Trek, and it's very approachable if you're not a nerd like Star Trek. Don't you think anybody can kind of watch Star Trek, and it's accessible, whereas Babylon 5 is a little bit more nerd meat.
I don't know. Some Star Trek is not. It's boring as hell. Even for nerdy people like me that get into that shit, Because I was just telling JJ before we went on the air, I'm in the end of season 2 of Enterprise, and I'm loving the fact that they're having to. It's a challenge to write the technology backwards from Kirk, Spock and all them from the 60s, and it's really interesting how they do it and how they backwards tell the story, and it has opened up so many great other storylines and other little Easter eggs and stuff. Like there was an episode where they were like, "What is that?" and Phlox, the doctor, was like, "Oh, it's a tribble," and he was having to explain what tribbles were, and it was really it's some old school stuff. The Andorians. The Andorians.
Yeah, those are the blue guys with the things.
The little antenna move and stuff. It's really cool how they've dumbed it down. Even the explosions and some of the graphics and stuff aren't up to date and brand new. It's kind of looks the phasers when the phasers fire. It's kind of old school looking.
I remember when we were watching that show in the early 2000s, and one of the kind of things about, so like Star Trek Next Generation and Voyager and all of those, they all had basically like giant iPads everywhere with touch controls and color buttons that didn't mean anything, but that was the look. And Enterprise was like, we're going backwards from that. We're going to have physical switches and knobs and things. And so the sets for their engineering and their whatever, they had like mechanical switches and stuff. So, I mean, it was a different look. I liked it. And I like that show. The Enterprise is a good show.
Yeah.
I don't know how it ends because I kind of fell off of it. So, but the
I'll
first couple seasons are pretty good. All right. Babylon 5 is coming this summer. It's going to be exciting.
Excellent. There's your nerd report today. For all you folks out there that want to continue to talk nerdy to me, you need to go over to the Discord server and you can talk nerdy to me and JJ over there and send in your dad jokes to the Discord server over there as well.
Yeah.
We've even got a spot for dad jokes
over
there now. It's right under Deke's playlist. So go over there and do that. JJ, what do dyslexic zombies eat?
I don't know. What do they eat?
Dyslexic zombies eat Brian's. I have a cousin, Brian, and I spelled his name Brain for most of his life.
Yeah. Oh, did you really?
Oh, I have a little bit of dyslexia. You'll see it sometimes when I type in the Discord server. You'll see it. Most of my shit says edited at the bottom.
Yeah, mine too, all the time. Because I'm always typing something and I'm not checking it, and then I look at it, I'm like, that's the wrong word. It's auto type, whatever. I'm getting it wrong. Deacon, tried to book a reservation at the library, but I couldn't get a reservation at the library. They were all booked.
Say that again. You see what you say? What now?
They were all booked. All right, I'm sorry.
Please send us dad jokes to the.
We did not. We didn't promise they would be good or funny. Just that they would be here. Bye, everybody.